All right, I'll tell you what, my dudes. I got one more video for us before we end it here today. And honestly, and this is mainly to do with the fact that I'm trying to see whether or not Baldur's Gate 3 should be the next game I play. And so, on stream. So I kind of want to get Burrito and Chaos in on it. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I just want to check this out. I love Young Gay. Freaking amazing dude. Amazing voice actor. Please check out his stuff. Please like. Please subscribe. Please everything to Young Gay. He deserves it. Trust me.
I cannot begin to...
Frick, he's a voice actor on freaking... why am I freaking blanking on this name? On JoJo. He's a voice actor on JoJo, dudes.
Tell you how happy I am to see Larian Studios succeed with the critical and commercial hit that is Baldur's Gate 3. The user score on Metacritic is maintaining its overwhelmingly positive score. If you go to Metacritic, while we haven't seen more critic...
Hold on, doggos! No! The doggos are getting their heads wrapped up on my headphone cables! No! Okay. Y'all should be asleep already.
Reviews to give us a better picture for what the Metascore will be like. I'd be surprised if the game didn't maintain a high Metascore. And the Metacritic user score is still maintaining itself at a 9.3, this time from 446 ratings, whereas before the user score was at a 9.3 from 150 ratings. And then beyond that, the game is selling gangbusters based on the peak concurrent players and the fact that it keeps going up every day. On launch day, August 3rd, the peak was roughly at 470,000 players, and then that became 600,000 players on August 4th, yesterday, and then today, on August 5th, the game has peaked at over 700,000 players. This is massive, and keep in mind that the game isn't even out on...
Dude, it's huge, dude, the amount of players.
PlayStation 5 yet, and the Xbox version is set to arrive sometime in 2024 is the prediction. The game isn't even out on...
Wait, so these numbers are just all PC. Not a single one is console. Yeah, that and why are we still awake? Yeah, well, I don't know, because freaking I want to be.
And pulling numbers like these,
I'm not
Larian
sleepy.
Studios is flying. Word is spreading about just how content-rich and feature-complete this game is. It's insane just how much content I've already discovered in what little of the map I've explored. Baldur's Gate 3 just feels like a video game in its purest form. No monetization, no exploitation, no artificial elements to try to keep you engaged or whatever. It just feels like the goal of the game was to maximize the fun and the immersion and the narrative and just bring out the best of Baldur's Gate and what makes Dungeons and Dragons special.
Yeah, it's almost as if when you actually make a game that's, you know, good and has everything that a game would require, people tend to like it.
Every bit of dialogue is well written, voiced, and all of it feels very cinematically presented. The gameplay, the way it's basically adapted the 5th edition D&D system one-to-one and how addictive the combat is. I mean, every aspect of this game just shines, and it looks fantastic to boot. I'm not saying that Baldur's Gate 3 is the only game that is massive and consumer-friendly and just rich in its content and substance, but there's...
No, but they definitely made, like, a big deal or a big effort. Why are you not playing the games? So Burrito and Chaos are already off. We're just checking out some reaction videos. Honestly, we're getting close to end of stream at the moment, and we're unfortunately not going to be going all the way till 1 today. We're going until 12. Mainly because, unfortunately, I am, I'll be honest with y'all, right off the bat. I'm very, not only am I very sick, but I also need to finish installing that security gate. Because last time the person tried to break into my house, it was yesterday at 2, and I'm scared. And so I'm actually going to finish, like, fully assembling and installing it. I doubt anything would happen today. Yeah, weird schedule today for sure. I'm so sorry. I hate doing that, bro, but, I mean... Suddenly, you know, life happens. What else can I say? Life happens, but that's why sometimes you just gotta have the little weird schedules. Hopefully next week everything's all sorted out, everything's all done, good to go, and we'll be able to you know, be back to our regular, normal, every day, my dude. I love it.
It's just something about...
I am a little sick, honestly. It's nothing too crazy. I just have like nausea, like crazy nausea. So if you see me going this a lot, like just looking down this whole stream, it's probably because of that.
That feels really special because it is a true RPG, the likes of which we haven't seen in a very long time, at least not to this degree of scale and richness, complexity, and player agency, and like true role-playing, you know? It feels like going back to an old friend, an old genre whose potential has been taken to its current apex. I hope to do a more dedicated...
Why are you not going to stay awake and watch out the door?
...video on Baldur's Gate 3 as a video game to talk about all of its merits, but beyond that, for this...
You're right, I don't need to worry about anybody breaking in as long as I stream all night long.
I want to talk about just how based
simply never go to bed.
Studios as
I'll be awake whenever whenever a mugger comes in.
FAQ section where they present a number of questions that people might have, and among the ones that they decided to highlight is this one right here. Are there any in-game purchases? And their response is just absolutely perfect. No, there are no in-game purchases in our game. We believe in providing a complete and immersive gaming experience without the need for additional purchases. Enjoy the game to its fullest without any additional costs or microtransactions.
Shots fired, all AAA industry games.
People have already taken notice of this statement, and it's gone viral. You can tell how much people are clamoring for these types of pure gaming experiences. How welcome these kinds of rare breed games are when they do come along on a AAA scale every once in a while. On some level, it's kind of sad that seeing a statement like this brings me so much joy, because back in the good old days, this was just standard.
Yeah,
right?
the default.
Games were much more pure before corporate greed began to corrupt game design through the mandated implementation of monetization systems.
Like, even back in, I still remember, like, Force Unleashed, you still could customize even the lightsabers, you know? Hey, Oreo, Deku, no fighting. They fight over the ball so often. Stop it. Jeez, this is the last time I bought them both a ball, but they both fight over the same ball.
Artificial extension of gameplay that...
Go to sleep now. Good night, my dude.
Make games grindier so that the monetization systems can alleviate those artificially implemented insufferable elements.
Good night, my dude.
There's so much focus on live services with multiple types of premium currencies meant to confuse
What'd you say, Mommy heard us?
Customers and meant to get them to spend as much money as possible so that they can reasonably obtain the rewards and items that they want, or reasonably progress through the game. Even a lot of single-player games that come out in this day and age try to find some way to implement some form of microtransactions, with companies calling them time savers.
It's getting outrageous, though, too.
That they just decided to take
out
Kafka.
Get out of here with your no Kafka. Get out of here. Kafka all day. What are you talking about? No, Kafka. What do you mean?
So that players would have to shell additional money on top of the $60 to $70 premium price point. And these are elements that do take you out of the game, that make you...
I'll be honest with you, it wouldn't be so much of a problem if the monetization things were, like, pretty across the board, across the board straightforward. But the problem is that they have so many different monetization methods. There's always some new weird, like, sleazy way of trying to like, just sneaky ways of monetizing. You know, like when EA tries to, like, insert some new, like, a loot box or whatever. Like, they always have some new way, and it feels so disingenuous, you know? I will tell my dogs good night. Thank you so much.
You remember that this is a product rather than a fully immersive experience. But then a game like Baldur's Gate 3 comes out to remind us just how good we had it before microtransactions were normalized. But at the same time, it's good to see that these kinds of studios still exist. The ones who prioritize really giving players the most value out of their $60 to $70 purchase as possible. And I commend them for putting this on their website and making an official statement about this, because...
See, the fact that they're willing to make a statement like this even makes me be like, even at $70, it still seems like a fair
On some
price.
level, they're low-key calling out the rest of the industry, those big third-party publishers and companies who insist on compromises for the sake of profit, who insist on corrupting game design and player experience, because there are ways to use the interactive nature of video games to squeeze players and psychologically manipulate them. But a private and independent company like Larian Studios, who are self-published and
Monkey,
who are their own bosses, don't have to adhere to those
is that a wisecrack?
corporate agendas, so long as the leader is as passionate about gaming as the community is. The leader of Larian Studios is Sven Vick, who is a gamer and a fan of fantasy and Dungeons and Dragons at heart. You can just see how much fun he's having with the creative process of this game. Like, you don't see frickin' Bobby Kotick doing stuff like this, do you? A studio like Larian Studios, a publisher like Larian Studios, is not common at all in this day and age. And so to see them succeed, and to see them have this stance on in-game purchases, and to see them just deliver such...
Lame Silverwolf or Seal? Ah, crud. I've seen Seal is like incredibly freaking overpowered. But like the main character, Flame, like he's 100% like an S tier.
Pure video game, and to see the
but so is Silverwolf, dude. These are all S tier characters.
Audience and the people react accordingly by buying this game and enjoying it en masse with concurrent players peaking higher and higher every day. It just warms my heart, and it gives me hope that, you know, more development studios, up-and-comers or established ones, will follow this model and understand that this model is sorely missed and can be highly successful if you deliver. And what makes Larian Studios even more based is that its CEO has come out to say that it intends to stay private and independent. It intends to not be corrupted by corporations who
the AAA industry
to acquire Larian Studios. A few days ago, on August 3rd, 2000.
Bro, the fact that they're making all these announcements is basically like they know. I feel like Larian Studios, all the people in there, they know. We know, you know, we all know. Everyone knows. Everyone knows what's happening, what the deal is. We pretend, right? We pretend like we don't know, but we know. We know that they want money, and we don't want to spend money, and so they're going to keep trying to charge us more. We're going to keep avoiding paying more, you know, unless you're super rich. But I feel like they know. They understand that. They're like, look, just... we're not gonna get bought out. We're not gonna do this. Like, this is just what it is. Like, this guarantees that I'm gonna be paying attention to them for a long time. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much.
News outlet Bloomberg released an article titled "The Strange Story Behind Baldur's Gate 3, one of the year's biggest releases." Reporter Jason H.E.R spoke to Larian Chief Executive Officer, or CEO, Sven Vink, and among the topics that was brought up was a list of potential acquisitions that Microsoft and Xbox were trying to make. I believe this was information that came out as part of their court proceedings with the FTC in regards to the Activision Blizzard acquisition and whether that's anti-competitive or not. Microsoft has this internal mergers and acquisitions consideration list from back in 2021. And you can see that this list included some major players, including Bungie, FromSoft, CD Projekt, Hello Games, Ayoo Interactive, Crytek. And among those listed was none other than Larian Studios, developers of Divinity and Baldur's Gate 3.
They made Divinity 2 as well, didn't they?
Jason H.E.R brought this up too.
Like, they didn't, no duh, right? But I'm saying, like, they didn't work with another team or something.
Think alongside speculation that an Xbox acquisition of Larian might still be in consideration, to which Vink straight up said, "I'm getting older, but I'm certainly not done yet. He has no plans to sell anytime soon." A new owner might pressure Larian to maximize profit while curtailing its creative choices, Vink said.
I freaking like this guy.
Quote,
I like Vink.
This company is that I'm very invested in the gameplay, and I also make the ultimate decisions. We can do things in service of the games we're making.
Bro, Vink for freaking president, dude.
That's the thing about Vink. He's not just a businessman who's a CEO.
He's a hero. The hero we need.
He's a gamer who's a CEO. He values these franchises, these video games, as much as we do, so he puts that passion back into the games and doesn't want that to be corrupted by corporate greed, by the pursuit for profit, because for him, that's not the end goal. For him, the end goal is that creative fulfillment and giving players a really special experience through the interactive nature of video games, this very special medium that's so unique that he's also so passionate about. This is a CEO who's also a big fan of the projects that he's undertaking.
And I'm glad to see more of it, dude. We definitely need more people just like this that are, like, genuinely, like, even just flat out just genuinely interested in their own game.
And understands the responsibility that he has to players. And so the top priority for him is to do these games justice, to make the game that is the dream game for him, and in turn the dream game for players, the game that he would want to play and experience and realize. And it's a beautiful thing. It's all too rare. And it pleases me to hear that Vink has no intentions to sell Larian Studios anytime soon, because it is my belief that a game like Baldur's Gate 3 would never be made under a more corporate environment. A game like Baldur's Gate 3 exists because it's a labor of love. It is a genuine passion project and not just a profit-driven project. Larian Studios being a private and independent company and having a CEO who's essentially like the creative director of its projects and who is creatively invested in these projects, that affords a level of flexibility, a level of passion, and that passion being allowed to shine to its fullest degree that I feel like it's just not possible in another environment where There is a
this is premium. You're fun.
Everything and who wants things done a certain way or by a certain time. Baldur's Gate.
Look, I have to admit, like, there's a certain. I feel like, especially like, because Baldur's Gate proves, or I don't know if it'll prove a point, but it helps convince me of a point that I was trying to make the other day, or that I was thinking of, which is that I feel like we went from before, like, games really were like labors of love. A lot of effort went into them, a lot of time, money, stuff like that. And it showed. It showed because there was so much effort put into it, and so a lot of people flocked to that game, and a lot of people purchased it, so it was successful, it was profitable. But I feel like lately, there's just such a saturation of the market for games in general. And I don't know if it's just flat out just because there is a saturation of the market for games, or if it's more like flat out it's just that the companies have, I don't know, decided that there's not enough, like, people, I guess. Like, I'm trying to get this together. Like, I feel like there's not enough people. I feel like the companies believe there's not enough people for all their wallets to feed all the games. You get what I'm saying? It's like live services. If I'm spending all my V-Bucks on Fortnite, I can't spend my money on Honkai Star Rail and roll for everyone's favorite character, Herda. Obviously, like, I gotta spin for Herda. So it's like, that's kind of my mentality on it. It's like, there are, like, Baldur's Gate was flat out just love, just a game that was intended to be good, just spent all the time on it, didn't matter how, like, you didn't have to pump it out quickly, you didn't have to do nothing, you just made a good game. So of course, because of that, they're starting to see, hopefully the game is good, and they're starting to see some progress there. Whereas most studios have just been, like, pumping out game after game after game, one after another after another after another, and it's all bare minimum monetized to all heck, barely scraping by. There's already Modern Warfare 3's already been announced. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3's have been announced already. Like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, I don't know. But yeah, no, flat out, it's just, I feel like the gaming industry has sacrifice quality for quantity, and they're using microtransactions as a way to make up the difference, because they know that these bare minimum games aren't gonna get the attention that they need to be successful.
3 is a product of a studio that could really do whatever they wanted, push their ambitions, however far they could, was well managed, unless there's some behind-the-scenes stuff that I haven't heard about. But given that Baldur's Gate 3 came out the way it did, and given that Vink himself has come out and said that the reason he delayed the console versions was because, in part, he didn't want his developers, the people working under him, his employees, and his colleagues to crunch. Like, all of that suggests that, Larian Studios is just a gem of a publisher, a company, and development team. Just every aspect of Baldur's Gate 3 was so well handled. From the early access, it is, I think, one of the best uses of early access. They allowed players to play a
what do you mean the service is currently unavailable?
significant portion of the game, thereby allowing the community to play test elements and provide versions, was because, in part, he didn't want his wasn't over-marketed, they didn't over-promise too much on anything, and they didn't output these fake, overly decorated trailers. They often just showed the game, its flaws and all, and then at the end of the day, they delivered a massive game full of substantial content with rich RPG systems, with a tabletop system fully intact. They didn't rush the console versions.
I'm typing, but it says unavailable, so it won't send. That's weird.
Out. They didn't pull a Cyberpunk where they shipped completely broken console versions. Instead, they evaluated the situation, realized that they needed to prioritize the PC version, and delay the PlayStation 5 version till September, and the Xbox version they need to delay further because they need extra time to implement split-screen co-op on Xbox Series S. Nothing about the game feels phoned in or artificially crafted. Everything just feels meticulously handcrafted. Every bit of content feels like it was done with care, and no monetization systems or microtransaction schemes to corrupt the gameplay design. The one thing you might pay extra for is the deluxe edition of the game.
Flame, how does a short queen and doll collector lover own a space station? Well, first of all, she's like super old, right? She's actually like really, 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 really old. Isn't that like a thing? because like she's just a doll. Like the one that we see is just one of her dolls. She doesn't look like that anymore. She said that was her when during her youth when she was younger, right? But then beyond that, they said that I think in the story it says that she's a genius, like a Poindexter. So she gets like what do you call them, grants from like science foundations, like to fund everything. That and then Asta is also like incredibly rich, and she buys a whole bunch of stuff for her to, even though she doesn't need to.
Steam, that'd be $70. On PlayStation 5, that'd be $80, which comes with a few goodies like the digital original soundtrack, a digital art book, digital character sheets.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, she gets like funding from some freaking like governments or science foundations or something.
And some little bits of items and content in the game that are neat little extras, but you're really not missing out on much at all by not purchasing the digital deluxe edition. You can see the details if you go to the Steam page and browse through the screenshots. I, for one, personally would have no qualms getting the more expensive edition.
Like, I'll be honest, if it's true, and I'm getting a full-fledged game with no more like microtransactions afterwards, yeah, I'm willing to pay for the collectors. Yeah, 100%.
Or paying 100%. The extra $10 after the fact just to support the studio because of what a remarkable video game they've constructed here, and because of their display of consumer friendliness and not compromising on the integrity of their creativity that is harder and harder to find in the modern day AAA gaming landscape. So just lots of kudos to Larian. Just big congrats to them on the massive critical and commercial success of this game. Here's to whatever may come next for this studio. I wish them all the best. Larian Studios is proving to be the developers that we need, but not the one we deserve. Anyway, that's my take on all of the awesome developments surrounding Baldur's Gate 3.
It's not the one we deserve.
Thank you for tuning in. Let me know in the comments.
Because they might be the developers that we need right now, but it's not the ones we deserve.
Below what your thoughts and opinions are on Baldur's Gate 3 and what your experience has been like with the game if you've been checking it out. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.
Dude, you hear how bassy that voice is? Check it.
Your thoughts and opinions are on Baldur's Gate 3 and
you see regular voice? And then
your experience has been like with the game if you've been checking.
You see how it's getting deeper and deeper?
Out. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out. Next time. Young out.
I love it. Freaking awesome, my dude. Going to edit some YouTube Shorts ideas. That's awesome, my dude. Pop them out, dude. Shorts. Oops. Yeah, shorts are like flat out Fallen Angel.
I cannot begin to tell you.
Stop it. Flat out shorts are flat out going to be like the #1 way to get subscribers, followers, viewers. Right now, dude, shorts. Oh, let me see if I can. We're pretty much we're about to end, but since I got you here, actually, I think this might be interesting. I don't think anything too crazy is on here. Check it out. Boop. This is my YouTube analytics, my YouTube analytics. This is just for the last like 28 days. But as you can see, like in general, shorts dominate. I never put up shorts ever. Like when I do put them up, it's normally like because I forgot and I put them all like 5 up. I put like 5 of them up at the same day on Saturday or something because I forgot or but. As you can see, like there's just a big difference between like shorts and like just regular videos. This one's actually doing pretty decent. This one came out on the 2nd, and it's got about 80 views. Not bad for my typical stuff. 494, pretty awesome. I think like in general, yeah, that's about average. Around 40. Goodness, actually my averages have starting to go up a little bit more. I used to average around 30 to 40 views, but lately I've been getting a little bit up there, like in the 50s, 60s, which thank you guys so much. I know I've also been finally started to get more subs and stuff coming through. But yeah, shorts, trust me, you want something, even a half-ass short, like Amazing. Don't ask me why this dumb short, I'll play it right now. I don't understand how this short is my most popular one this month.
Do you speak English?
No, I speak English. English. Yeah, alright, well. He's on that catnip, I think. That was the entire short. It was just to promote the reaction video that came out that day. And nothing really else. It's just to feed the algorithm. So it's like, trust me, it works. Shorts, make shorts, but then also give like put a little bit of something on there so that yourself, if you're gonna be doing like, I know you put up a lot of videos about your favorite artists and stuff, and singers and all that. Fallen Angel, so it's like, yeah, put up shorts, and then put up the stuff that you like to play with. I'm kind of doing the same thing, but not with shorts. I'm kind of doing it with two different channels, where it's kind of like, I have to do the YouTube videos to like feed the algorithm, that's just flat out how it's gonna be. Like there is no escaping the algorithm. You have to feed the algorithm. If you don't feed the algorithm, you're gonna get nowhere. So that's why I put all these reaction videos and all this stuff, and that's why I definitely, I want to make sure that they're always gonna be 5 days a week. I'm trying to do them 7 days a week now as well. Yeah. So Twitch is great for streaming. YouTube, great for streaming. I want to build up Flamethrower Monkey for sure, but my actual creative, like again, I've talked about this many times, but my actual creative, like real artistic stuff is gonna be when me and Degenerate Weeb write the Anime Addict episodes, and then he pretty much does all the acting on camera. But I do write with that, so that's kind of my little work from the heart. But yeah, as far as like just on your average YouTube, like, yeah, my dude. It's just boop, boop. Thank you for the sub, GAI. But yeah, no, it's freaking great. I love it. I love it so far. I hopefully the Anime Addict situation is gonna be back up and running soon enough. Did that not freaking announce, or what the frick happened there? You might freaking explain yourself? Hold on, let me... What is this? What is this nonsense? What happened, Streamlabs? Okay, I'm sorry about that, my dude. Here you go. Yeah! Thank you so much for the sub. I don't know why the alert box on this frickin' screen is broken. It's there. What did you have wrong? Frickin', I'm finding this out now. Oh, and it's why is my channel profile just my face but up close? It looks derpy, doesn't it? Like, I don't know. It looked funny. I was thinking about what kind of I used to have the hat with the googly eyes, and I thought it was hilarious. But then just one day I just zoomed in on my face, and it was such a derpy face. I was like, yeah. Sure, why not? That's a derpy looking face. I want that to be my poster. I want everyone to see that face when they think of me. Ayoo, be sure to join the crew. Please like, follow, and subscribe. And hey, if you like that video, you should check out this stuff.